Welcome to week 1 of the P4G low tier draft league. Our week 1 opponent is Jack, aka Gravy, someone who I have played many times across different generations. Our latest encounter was in the BBR playoffs where we may have gotten a little bit unlucky and ended up losing. Jack is a 3-time BBR champion though, so this is going to be a tough game. Jack also has one of the best teams in the entire league with huge threats like Raikou, a psychic terrain core consisting of Armarouge, Hawlucha, and Indeedee, and of course some very bulky Pokemon like Scrafty, Qwilfish, Florges, and his trademark signature Pokemon, Greedent. This might be one of the worst matchups we are going to have all season since he has double Intimidate Pokemon to stop our Crawdaunt, Psychic Terrain which stops priority from going off, and just insane speed control with Unburdened Hawlucha. But that doesn't mean we are giving up. When looking at the matchup, I knew immediately our best bet to win this game would be with Trick Room, so we built a bit of a Trick Room team. Our first member is our Tera Carbink, coming to play straight in week 1. Its role this week is to be our lead and get up spikes, seeing as Jack's only hazard removal is Hawlucha. Carbink is holding the Mental Herb in order to avoid being taunted by a Qwilfish, also leading. After it gets spikes up, plan is very much to set up Trick Room and explode to allow our next member, Crawdaunt, to come in and click buttons. Worth mentioning, our Tera type for this week will be Tera Water. Now Crawdaunt is holding the Clear Amulet this week as Jack has 2 Intimidate users that resist both my stab options in Crabhammer and Knockoff. Without being intimidated and with 1 spike up, we can actually 2-hit KO both Scrafty and Qwilfish with the combination of our moveset. Even though Jack does have Psychic Terrain, I still decided to bring Aqua Jet as I didn't see any other move being particularly useful. We are running a Brave Nature to maximize our damage output and ensure we are slower than everything in Trick Room. Next up is our other Trick Room setter in Mesprit. Its role is somewhat similar to Carbink. It's meant to pivot into a few things in the early and mid game, knock some stuff off, but ultimately we wanted to set up Trick Room and Healing Wish Crawdaunt back to full health. This should give Crawdaunt a second chance to break under Trick Room, and it might even be the way we try to win this game. Mesprit is physically defensive just to help take on the Hawlucha a little bit better. Our round 1 pick, Hisuian Goodra, is of course coming to this game. This week we are a tanky Assault Vest set to help deal with his special offense, mainly the Raikou and the Armarouge. It will have a hard time taking on both, but I am mainly looking for it to force some switches to rack up spikes damage for our other members. Dragon Tail is to stop any type of setup shenanigans on Greedent or even the Armarouge if it's Calm Mind with Psychic Seed. The combination of Draco Meteor and Heavy Slam should put a lot of pressure on his team, seeing as he won't particularly want to switch in on it. Earthquake is there to take out the Armarouge if it is at low enough health. Our next member on the team is Choice Specs Modest Typhlosion with all the fire moves and Shadow Ball. If Jack doesn't bring Flash Fire and Armarouge, there is no switch into this thing. Shadow Ball is there in case he ends up being Flash Fire and Armarouge. If this thing gets a free switch in, we should be able to put on loads of pressure. This isn't only a breaker though, as our Tornadus Incarnate can set it up to sweep. In a hypothetical situation where Hawlucha is either dead or has used its Unburden already, Typhlosion under Tailwind can very much clean up the game. We'll have to play it by ear and see if we want to use it more as a breaker or as a sweeper, but it has potential in both roles. Tornadus itself is here as a physically defensive set to help deal with Hawlucha and Scrafty. I did go back and forth between Rocky Helmet and Leftovers, but ended up opting for Leftovers to extend our longevity just a little bit. Okay, so no terrain. Well, there is Hawlucha, but there is no Indeedee plus Armarouge. There's no Armarouge. That's insane to me. Like, I really built this team with Armarouge in mind. Scrafty is very annoying. I didn't want it to show up, but unfortunately it is here. The Torterra, I was very much banking on it not showing up because I just don't think a Shell Smash set is that good. But the no terrain here is absolutely incredible. I'm a huge fan of that, to be honest. If you missed out on the team builder and if you don't want to check it out, then that's totally fair. But we do have a very strict game plan this week, which revolves around leading with our Carbink, getting up spikes, setting up Trick Room, exploding, going Crawdaunt, breaking stuff, and then trying to win from there. So we are hopefully going to be able to put that plan to good use. Good luck, have fun to Jack, and let's get the show on the road. Man, I always get so nervous when it's week 1. Like, I'm so nervous. Like, you're not comfortable with the team yet. You're not quite sure what to do. It's just a very nervous situation all around. But he is going to lead off with his Raikou. Okay, and we're going to lead off with our Carbink. That's pretty good. He didn't bring the Qwilfish either, and I mean, Hawlucha could, in theory, be defog, to be honest, because there is no Indeedee, so I could see it potentially being some sort of option to defog, but we're still going to get up a spike, and we're still going to try our absolute hardest to go ahead with the game plan. So Raikou is just going to choose to Volt Switch out. And we're going to see the Duraludon. Okay. Interesting that the Duraludon is here. We are going to Terra because we are a water type. I could just go for Earth Power, to be honest. If this thing tries to go for a Steel move, I will absolutely chew on it. So I think that might be worth doing. With this being low tier, there are a lot of Pokemon that I just don't usually play in regular, so you do really have to look up movesets and stuff like that. But I think we are okay to just go ahead and click Earth Power here. Even if this thing goes for Draco Meteor, we're able to live. And Earth Power is going to do about 30% if it's max HP. So it might be worth doing because then Typhlosion can come in and like revenge it. So we're just going to go ahead and Terra and get off an Earth Power here. So yeah, good thing we are Terra Water this week because it makes this interaction a little bit easier. Other than if we oh, he's just going to go for a Swords Dance. Okay, why is this Duraludon going for Swords Dance? Why does Duraludon learn Swords Dance? Earth Power is doing about 30%, so I do think... Okay, well, we're going for a Trick Room now. A little bit scared right now. I'm not sure, like, Duraludon... I didn't know what Duraludon even got Swords Dance. This is what I'm saying, like, with this low-tier stuff going on here, Oh, he's fucking outraged. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Swords Dance outrage Duraludon. Okay. Not going to lie, that is a little bit scary. I'm not sure what the calcs... That seemed like it might have been a roll. I don't know if this thing is Jolly or Adamant, but we are going to go out into our Typhlosion. And we're just going to hope and pray that we're faster than it. I'm not sure if we are going to be faster than it, to be honest. This game could be over really fast, but we are just going to go ahead and click Outrage, or I mean Eruption, and hope that we are faster. We are. Does this pick up the KO? Yeah, we're Specs Modest Eruption. That's definitely picking up the KO. All right, we take it. Duraludon was something I did not expect to come at all. Hoodlum, is that the Scrafty? It is the Scrafty. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and click Eruption again. Is this like Scarfed Scrafty? No, there's no shot. That's a real thing. There's no shot, right? Okay, that seems like it was Assault Vested, and he's just gonna knock me off. Okay, it does mean I'm gonna lose a lot of power, but the good thing is this thing probably dies to Flamethrower now, so we are just going to go for it. We're going to go for Flamethrower. He might bring in his Florges, but we get to scout damage on the Florges for one. Crawdon's still very possible to win because we do have Trick Room with Mesprit. So that's something to keep in mind. The Spike being up is pretty good. I will say that getting at least one Spike up is pretty decent. So this Flamethrower should pick up the kill. It does not pick up the kill. Okay, that's low-key embarrassing, Typhlosion. We live at least. Is that putting... I don't know. We might have to click Fire Blast now. We're going to risk the miss, but it's a little bit annoying. How did that not kill, bro? Like, Typhlosion, you're actually an embarrassment. You're actually an embarrassment, Typhlosion. What the heck is wrong with you? Maybe I should have just gone for the Fire Blast anyways and just risked it, but it is what it is. We're here now. We got to risk the Fire Blast. Hopefully, we're able to land it. He's going to switch out. Okay, probably go out into Florges, I assume. So I'm going to get Florges up on the calc. And we're going to see how much it's going to do. It should do around 35% with the spike up. Pretty good damage. Oh my god, we got a crit. We actually got a crit. Okay, I actually DM'd Jack saying right before the game, like, no hacks, please. Because usually me and Jack do have quite hacksy games. It's faster than me. Okay, this thing is Choice Scarfed then. Because there's no way he clicks that button that fast if it wasn't Choice Scarfed. I think we're okay just to bring in Goodra. I don't want to risk damage on anything else because health on Mesprit and Tornadus could be quite important. I also didn't want to go Tornadus to revenge this thing because then it just allows him to go into Raikou, and then Raikou is obviously going to Volt Switch, and once Raikou Volt Switches, it puts me in a bad spot because he'll have momentum, and I'm going to have to be forced to switch out, which is not something you love to see. I think we're okay to go for a Heavy Slam here. I don't see what he could potentially bring in, so he might just, like, I don't know, he might not sack this thing because Choice Scarf could actually be dangerous, but we do have Aqua Jet on Crawdon, and with the range it's at, it should definitely die. So he is going to withdraw. Okay. We didn't see Intimidate on Scrafty, right? He's going to go into Hoodlum. Will the Spike plus a Heavy Slam kill it? Surely it will. It's not Intimidate either. So yeah, that does pick it off. Okay, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now, if he goes Hawlucha, I might stay in Dragon Tail. I have a feeling if he goes into Hawlucha, he's just going to U-turn on the incoming Mesprit. Could be a little bit annoying. He's going to go into Torting Terry. Okay. Now, here's the thing. I live a hit from this thing. I live a hit from this thing no matter what. Do I want to just click Dragon Tail? Because here's the thing. If I click Dragon Tail and he attacks me, we're going to be very susceptible to the Raikou because we won't have great switch-ins to it, and then it's all going to be about just try to put damage into it. Now, if he goes for a Shell Smash and I go out into Tornadus, I'm going to have to sack it off because I will die to a rock move if it decides to Shell Smash. So I'd have to go for Tailwind, but then at that point, I'm not even sure anything would Revenge Kill it. So with that in mind, I think I am going to click Dragon Tail, and I'm just going to pray to Arceus Almighty that we... Oh, okay, he went for the Stone Edge. Okay, just hit so we don't have to deal with this. Okay, perfect. We do hit Dragon Tail. It's going to force a little bit more chip damage on something. Don't bring in the Hawlucha. That would be great. If you bring it in the Raikou, I'll be super happy. Alright, well, this thing's in. Fuck me. But he went straight for the Stone Edge. I'm not sure if I can actually calc any damage from that. 51 points of damage. That seems to be just a Jolly set. It could potentially be Adamant as well, but it's not a boosting item. So we could see White Herb. We could see Loaded Dice. That's also a possibility. I think we have to go out into Tornadus at this point. I think we absolutely have to go into Tornadus. Like I said, I'm pretty confident he's going to end up U-turning here, but there's nothing that Goodra really wants to stay in and do. So hopefully he just attacks me. Now he is just going to go for the U-turn. See, I knew he was going to go for the U-turn. I knew it. Should have stayed in. Should have stayed in. He's definitely going to go into Raikou. He's definitely going to go for a Volt Switch, bring in Hawlucha, U-turn, and we're just going to be in the situation. It's just going to be really, really bad. What can you do? I'm going to play this game once with you, Jack, because Raikou at least is taking Spikes damage. Yeah, it's not Boots. Are you Leftovers? Let's see. Let's check for Leftovers. Not Leftovers. Okay. I don't think the Volt Switch damage on the first turn showed me any boosting item. As sad as this is, we are gonna have to go into our Goodra. Really does suck that we have to go into Goodra, but it's the only play I think I can make at this point. He's gonna Volt Switch, gonna go back out into the freaking giggity goddamn Hawlucha, and it's gonna suck. I wish I was Rocky Helmet on Tornadus. I really did toy around with the idea of Rocky Helmet because I was going to be my switch into Scrafty. Scrafty was going to knock me off and all that stuff, so I was really contemplating going for Rocky Helmet over Leftovers, but it's just these split decisions that you make during team building that, I mean, hindsight is 20/20, right? All right, here comes Torting Terry again. Now I do not live a hit from this thing. I guess I could go into Mesprit. Mesprit can live one hit from anything that happens here, right? So, worst case scenario, I'm able to Trick Room if he goes for a Shell Smash here. Because I then should be able to live like a Bullet Seed, because I'm max Fizz Def, and there's no way Torterra one-shots me. I refuse to believe it. I haven't calced it, but I refuse to believe it, yeah. Torterra does not one-shot me. I don't really do much to it back, but like I said, I can set up Trick Room and then try to do something from there. He's just going to get up his rocks. Okay. Do I care about rocks being up? Not particularly. I don't think so. Right? Evolution's dead. I mean, for the Tornadus, it is a bit annoying, but Tornadus' main role here, to be honest, is get up Tailwind. Because Scrafty's dead, so I'm not really doing much else. And every time Hawlucha comes in, it's just going for a fucking U-turn, so not like it super matters. You don't have a switch into Psychic, right? No, he's probably going to sack off his... If I had to guess, he's sacking off his Florges. He's actually just going to stay in. Okay. So we get a Psychic. That's going to be a 2-hit KO. And he's going to go for a Seed Bomb. Okay, so he's not Shell Smash. Makes sense. It absolutely does make sense because Shell Smash is just outsped by like Scarf Tornadus or like Scarf Typhlosion. So it really didn't make too much sense for it to come here. So we are just going to go for a Psychic again. So yeah, Psychic is going to come off here and perfect. That thing is down. All right, he's going to go into Raikou. Going to go out into Raikou. I do want to preserve health on this thing, so I am half tempted to just go out into our Goodra again. If he Volt Switches, I'll go into Tornadus and I will Tailwind as a, like, sack play, probably. Sucks that my main abuser of Tailwind that I had in mind was our Typhlosion, and the Typhlosion just, it went down super early. I mean, it broke, right? It broke Scrafty and it broke Florges, which is, you know, kind of what you want. But we'll see. We will see. At some point, Jack also might have to, like, not make the Volt Switch and U-turn play, because I guess he can keep making it because it doesn't really lose much from it. Raikou does take a lot of damage from spikes every time it comes in, not leftovers, so it doesn't have recovery. Might potentially be Choice Scarf, but every spike it takes puts it in range of Aqua Jet, which is really what we're going for here. Obviously, the Hawlucha is super annoying. We're gonna go out into Tornadus because I feel like it's less valuable than the Mesprit is. Mesprit can be actually quite valuable because it does not seem like Raikou is Calm Mind either, so if I have to stay in and Psychic a couple times, we will absolutely do that. I do have Healing Wish, so if I ever get into a position where I actually need to Healing Wish my Goodra, I can do that. So I am expecting to see U-turn here because it's just Jack's most obvious play. I might sack our Tornadus if he does go for the U-turn. He's just going to go for the close combat, actually. Okay. We are super defensive, so we super take that. We super duper take that. He's saving his Choice Scarf Florges in the back. Is it? Oh, it's a Eject Pack. No, it's White Herb. Oh, this boy fast now. Okay, I gotta kill it. I gotta kill it. Do I live a hit from this thing? Close combat? No. Acrobatics does not kill me. If he's adamant max attack, Acrobatics does not kill me, and this Bleak Wind Storm does absolutely kill. Because of how defensive I am, and because like he saw how little that close combat did, he might be like inclined to switch out. So I'm actually super okay with this interaction here. He is just going to U-turn. Okay, the Raikou is taking a shit ton of damage. That's a critical hit. That is rude. Actually, I did crit him on his Florges, so maybe it's justified. Justice has been served, even though my crit was probably far more important than his. So he's going to go on to Raikou. We can probably see if this is Assault Vest, actually. We can probably see if this is Assault Vest. Let's see. Are you Assault Vested? You know, I don't have a fucking measuring tool, so I have no way of knowing, actually. I have absolutely no way of knowing. We're going to go out into our Goodra again. I guess I don't have a reason not to make this play. I don't think I have a reason not to make this play, because if a Hawlucha, now that it's not going to be unburdened, it can't really ever get out of hand. I just need a little bit more chip damage on the freaking Hawlucha so Crawdonk can murder it with freaking Crabhammer, bro. That's all I want. He's going to Volt Switch again. God damn it, Jack. I absolutely hate you. I absolutely hate you for just keeping on clicking this goddamn move. Just leave me alone. Please. I actually do need some chip damage on the Hawlucha. Otherwise, this might be difficult to win. He's going to go back out into this mother trucker. God, I wish I was freaking... Oh my god, that would have been so good. God, I wish I was Rocky Helmet. Thing is, like, I'd much rather sack off my Tornadus than my Goodra at this point. Like, I'd much rather sack off my Tornadus. Tornadus really doesn't serve much of a purpose here. If it was Rocky Helmet, we would be up. We would be so up, it would be insane how up we'd be. We're gonna go for the close combat again. Okay. And that is just going to take us out. All right. Does that actually give us any information? I highly doubt it. What this does allow us to do, though, is go into Mesprit and click Psychic a bunch of times. Click Psychic a bunch of times. It does suck that we fucking take rocks damage, but it is what it is. He probably sacks, if I had to guess, but so we are gonna maybe I could have Trick Roomed there, actually. Nah, I want to Trick Room when I'm a little bit lower in health. He is gonna go for the U-turn. Don't think a Raikou is able to kill me from there. If I'm being honest, I don't think a Raikou is going to be able to kill me from there, especially after leftovers. Am I gonna be able to 2-hit KO you? God, the Hawlucha not taking any chip damage is going to be the bane of my existence. I think we might end up losing the game because Raikou has not Raikou, because Hawlucha has not taken a single bit of chip damage. If I was Rocky Helmet, we would be so up. That was definitely an oversight, I think, for my part. That was definitely an oversight. But there's not much we can do because we are here, so let's go for the Trick Room. He's gonna go for Scald. Okay. That is a bit annoying. Maybe Mesprit can actually clean up here. Maybe Mesprit is actually able to clean up because if we click Psychic, like Psychic should kill this thing. Psychic should then kill... Psychic should kill this thing. Psychic should then kill the floor just because of how low it is. And then the Hawlucha should also die. And if Hawlucha doesn't die, we can Aqua Jet it with Crawdaunt. So we might be okay. So this Psychic should definitely kill you, right? Yeah, okay. Raikou's dead. Florges is going to come in and die to a Psychic. It's not leftovers. We saw Florges wasn't leftovers. I'm pretty sure it was Scarf because of how fast it was. Like, it... I'm like not even like timid on Typhlosion, so it's very possible that it wasn't. He's gonna go into my Nemesis. This Florges. I don't know why it's his Nemesis, but it's a pretty weird Nemesis to have, if you ask me. Weird, Jack. Psychic's gonna come off here, and then Psychic into Aqua Jet should definitely kill the Hawlucha, I think. Right? You definitely die. Yeah, I know you have like 150 base special defense, but you are not living that, buddy. You are not living that. I will be honest, you can tell by the team builder, I did not expect Mesprit to clean up the game. I thought we would very much like use Mesprit as like, you get in, you click knockoff once on an incoming Scrafty, you maybe Psychic a couple of things, and then you die, is what really I had in mind. So happy that it kind of somehow did end up working out. I don't think this OHKOs him, because, yeah, that doesn't OHKO him, but it for sure, oh, he'll die to Brave Bird. Oh, and Mesprit lives. Mesprit the MVP. Mesprit, you know what? You're getting the thumbnail, Mesprit. You're absolutely getting the thumbnail. GG to Jack. Crit on floor just definitely did suck a little bit, but we won our week 1, which is not something we usually do. So I'm super excited for that. If you guys enjoyed the battle, obviously make sure to leave a like on the video. Make sure to subscribe as well if you're new around here, and I will see you all for week 2. Peace.